Hello everybody and welcome to my test world where today we're going to be building this. Well, I already built this in the test world. We're going to be building this in the survival world, a blaze spawner trap. So how this works is, in short, you have the blazes spawn, and then when they spawn, could you be my test dummy please? They fall down, they land on the edges, they get pushed down by pistons into a singular hole where you can just murder all of them for their experience and blaze rods. So then they'll end up down here. You just swing your sword 2 or 3 times. I mean, I've got another right sword with sharpness 5 on it to show you guys this. Obviously, I don't have that in the survival world yet. And you get a lot of experience. The blaze rods get collected in here. And let's get into the survival world and build this thing with potentially a lot more issues, because obviously I didn't have problems with blazes attacking me in creative mode. In survival mode, it's going to be a bit more bothersome. Hello everybody and welcome back to the Minecraft 1.16 Let's Play series. In the last episode we built ourselves this little contraption which is going to supply us with infinite amounts of mushrooms, and between episodes I've done a lot of things, and this is about like an hour and a half worth of mushroom generation, which I think we had about 0 red mushrooms and about 10 brown. So it's about 20 or so per hour with the setup we have right now, which actually isn't that bad, all things considered. So what we're going to do today is, as you can definitely see down here, I don't have a lot of levels anymore. I've done a lot of mining and some smelting, and still I've got 21 levels. And while mining is a very fun and good way to get resources and levels at the same time, I think we could do with an experience farm. And we do know about a blaze spawner not too far from here. And actually, while I go there, maybe it's not a bad idea to bring some obsidian. I should have some obsidian somewhere around here. I remember having some. Let me go try and find it. I've got some obsidian and some fire charges as well. I want to build another portal at the place of the blaze spawner as well, just because maybe it'll lead somewhere interesting. So let's put on our elytra before we make a huge mistake. I made some more fireworks with a flight duration of 1, because honestly that should be enough. I think it's just in that general direction. I would have loved to have a lodestone to also put at the blaze spawner, but honestly I think we'll be fine. I don't even think we'll need to stride us anymore like ever again, honestly, because we can just fly our way over to where we need to be and just, we know the general direction. I mean, here's the warped forest that we found before, and maybe fireworks duration of 1 is a little bit too little. We've been here before when we wanted to find blaze rods, and this is the exact same spawner that we were at before. There's actually a second blaze spawner a little bit over in that direction as well. I'll just go ahead and show you. It's right around the corner, somewhere around here, I think. We're not going to be able to use both of them, obviously, in the same. Maybe not. I could have sworn it's probably at the end of that hallway. It doesn't really matter too much. We can only use one of them at a time, so either one works and one of them is already a little bit like dug out, so we're just going to use that one. And we could always just, if we want to have some fun, manual blaze killing, why would you ever want to do that? We can use that one. So, what do we need? You shouldn't have been able to spawn there, like at all. Maybe I should have brought some fire resistance potions. Maybe that would not have been a bad idea. So, what do we need? Everything we need is in this shulker box. We need 48 redstone repeaters, pressure plates, and sticky pistons. Chest and hopper are optional, and then just a shit ton of building blocks. Actually, not that many, because this one is built into the wall. I'm still going to decorate it with the aesthetic of, god damn it, of brick thing, stone bricks, that's the word I'm looking for, just because I wanted to look a little bit nicer, but I'm gonna go back for some fire resist potions first, because this is gonna be hell otherwise. Maybe I can just light up the area a little bit more though. Maybe if I just blaze down a couple of extra torches, everything will be fine, hopefully. So maybe not. The easiest way to do this is just to change to to peaceful mode. Obviously, that's not something we're going to do. Just place torches all around this area, and now nothing should be able to spawn anywhere. Hopefully. So what you're going to want to do, you want to have 3 blocks in every single direction from the blaze spawner. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And that is the area where things are going to be spawning. Now, you want to then dig, maybe not with such a fast pickaxe, you want to dig 2 blocks down. And okay, remember when I said the thing about the fire resist potions? Maybe that's actually going to be more needed than I thought. Maybe I can, is there some glowstone around here? Maybe I can use glowstone instead. Let me go look around if I can find some glowstone. Let's give this another shot. Splash potion of fire first, then we're going to just encase the spawner in glowstone for the time being. That should pretty much make sure that nothing can spawn in here, in theory. In practice, maybe I'm not going to be that lucky. So what we're going to do is we're going to dig 2 blocks down from the spawner. So, okay, that does allow things to spawn. At least they can't set me on fire. This is going to be very bothersome, isn't it? It's probably best to do this building from the bottom up, now that I think about it. But we're already doing this, and honestly, I didn't plan this out to the point where I even would know where to start building this from the bottom up. That's going to make things a little bit more tricky to deal with. Again, 2 blocks down from the spawner. So we've got the spawner there, that's 1 block, that's 2 blocks. This is the height we want to be at. And I don't want any blaze in my life. Thank you. Well, I want blazes in my life, but only after the spawners, like, the trap has been set for them. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to make a circle. It's not a circle, it's a square. A ring around the outside of the perimeter we just dug out. I think you can, in theory, make it 1 wider. And that's going to make the yield a little bit more efficient. But honestly, I don't care too much about that. I think this should do. Now the pressure plates come in. We are going to place pressure plates on every single one of these stone bricks. Maybe stone bricks, not the best building material here because you can't really see pressure plates too well on them. But I like the aesthetic of stone bricks, especially because you can't see them on it. We're not even going to be looking inside this at all, like ever. Anyway, what we're going to do next is we're going to pick out our... I really hate you guys. I'm gonna be so happy when I murder you guys, but it doesn't. It's gonna be amazing. So then we pick up our repeaters here and we start placing them just like this. And honestly, I'm probably just going to drop the whole static part of this because I can't be asked. What you want to do though is, as you can see, I place a repeater down here and that's going to power a piston pushing this block into here. You don't want to do the corners both. So I'm going to skip this one and then I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to just ignore the blaze. Okay, I'm not going to ignore the blaze because it's actually physically attacking me now. We need to build around this a little bit, and actually I don't have enough room around here yet to place the repeaters all down. So I'll be right back with you people in a moment. Actually, let's do these first. So we're going to do these, then we're going to leave this one open. And I don't even need to cut a hat. Never mind. It's not that big of a deal. And as you can see, I left this one open before. I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, gonna die, gonna die, die. Please don't let me die. Maybe put on your fire-resistant armor when you build a thing like this. Because those torches and glowstone, supposed to make sure that they don't spawn. That's not really working out for me, is it? If even a single one spawns at this point, I'm gonna lose my mind. Anyway, let's finish putting in the repeaters, which are all going to be along here. Again, each corner you're going to only want to have one and leave an empty spot. Another one spawn, because why not? And then next up you're going to want to dig 3 blocks down. Down here we're going to do the exact same thing, that being ignoring the stone bricks this time. We're going to make a ring of pressure plates around here, and we're going to be placing down some repeaters. One thing you'll have to note that is in fact important is that the repeaters do run into blocks. because they are obviously going to carry a redstone signal. So that is something you do want to keep in mind. Also, don't forget to eat, because blazes do keep spawning, even though look at all these torches. By the way, it can be useful to make a little tunnel into the build while you're working on it, because obviously it's going to have different levels, and it's also going to be difficult to get up to certain levels if you are building more downwards, but you'll have to get back up at some point. So just make yourself a little tunnel and replace this block here when needed. And then, can you guess what we're going to do next? We're going to dig 3 blocks down. Don't dig straight down. You know, you've played Minecraft before. Don't do what I just did. And here, once again, place down your pressure plates, and that is all of them. Make some places for repeaters, and we're pretty much already mostly done at this point. Now it's just a matter of putting in the pistons. And let's do that from the bottom to the top this time around. So we're going to want to place our sticky pistons, which we do not have with us. And then you just place the sticky pistons in like this, and when you step up the pressure plates, they extend. And then when you put in a block, the blazes get pushed down a little bit easier than players. And eventually all of the blazes will collect in this little hole in here, and we'll make a little place for that in a moment once all of the pistons are actually fully in. And once you've got all the pistons, just put some blocks on top of the pistons, and there's nowhere you can stand without being pushed down now, which is actually going to be an issue for me because I need to get out of here to get back up to the next layer. So let's break a block or two to make that easier on myself. Looking down there right now, there's nowhere they can go except into that one little hole. So we're going to repeat that process up here and then up on the very last layer as well. And that's the entire build. It's actually a very easy build once you get rid of being attacked by blazes every other second. Sometimes you get pushed down and it's really, really annoying. So what we're going to do is we are going to hope that we don't fall down to our death and actually just make a little tunnel out to safety here. So that every time we fall down from now on, yeah, I did fall down before. I survived. Luckily, I've got some decent armor. So that if that happens again, we can just walk our way out. Because that's probably going to happen quite a lot as we try to fill in all of the blocks around here. As you can clearly see, there's some places here where it's not very clever to stand for me. Honestly, maybe just falling down is the best idea here, but I just want to place one block, thank you, yeah. And then one more block there, these blocks. It's okay for me to fall down now, and man. One more layer to go, and then we're already done. This is the most stressful part of the build, is dealing with the blazes. As long as you don't have it properly lit up, which I'm still convinced I have it properly lit up. And I didn't have nearly enough fire resist potions to actually make this work. I'm gonna die. Maybe using my bow and arrow here, which I actually did apply power 4 to, so it's a little bit more powerful now, is a better idea than trying to use my sword. So we're going to once again do the exact same thing up here, and then finally, we'll be finished. Again, you will fall down. Probably quite a lot. And that's the last piston. So you know what that means. Start removing some torches here as well. Maybe don't do that yet. Maybe don't do that yet. Maybe wait removing the torches until all of the blocks are in as well. I think, do I still have blocks with me? I do. I was afraid that I would have to go get some from the shulker box. Again, if you want to decorate this a little bit more and make it all flush bricks, it will look a lot better. I might not end up doing that necessarily speaking, because that is what we would call a pain to do. I keep falling into my own trap, which means that it must be working. I survived that somehow again. Okay, so to place in the last blocks and to remove the glowstone and such things, I'm going to build from a position standing on the wall here. That's the last block, and do not break the spawner. If I break the spawner now, that would be bad. That would be really, really bad. I kind of destroyed the wall anyway, so we're going to end up... Oh, you do also want to make sure nobody can actually spawn on top of the spawner, because they're just going to hang out there and not leave. And how you do that is just by not being blind, by building some blocks. They can fly back up. Don't worry. Actually using the farm is going to be a lot easier once it's built. Building the farm is a little bit of a tedious process. So you build a pillar is what you build on top of the spawner, so that nothing actually spawns on top of it, and everything when it spawns always will fall down. That's what I've been trying to say for the past 15 minutes, and I keep getting interrupted. And honestly, that's just kind of rude. There's going to be a lot of blaze around here because I actually kind of forgot the fact that I... yeah, that's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad for me. They're free to walk around when they get down there, which means that they're going to go back up. So that's going to be an issue I'll have to solve somehow. I'll probably just fly away so that they despawn. That actually seems like the most sensible option. But now that we're talking about that anyway, you'll want to have a place where you can actually farm them, which is obviously going to be down in that area where we were just at. But you'll probably want to have a staircase leading there. Okay, I got down to business. Now everything is going to be stuck here, and let's make ourselves that staircase without... We broke something. That's not going to be good for us at all. Yeah, that's going to be a bother to fix. We'll get to that in a moment. First, let's actually make the staircase so that we know where we can and can't be. This is going to be a hopper in a moment, but for the time being, we're just going to have to kind of deal with what we have. Okay, we've got a staircase down to where the blazes will gather, and this should be close enough to the spawner for more blazes to spawn in as well. Also, we've got so many blaze rods already. But we do need to fix that place over there, and I'm not entirely sure yet how we're going to deal with that. Okay, we just need to place down a repeater. That's all we need to do, and we did it. We did it. Everything closed off again. I think we've got a functioning blaze farm now. So, sweeping edge looting sword. Probably want to make this one lower just so that they can't go back up. Then again, if they go back up, they'll get pushed down immediately anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Let's place down our hopper and chests. Place down the double chest. Kill all the blazes that are alive at the moment. Sometimes blazes will get stuck in the blocks you use actually, and they'll suffocate to death, or they'll be damaged a little bit. Place down a hopper here, so any blaze that we kill from now on will automatically deposit its blaze rods into hitting my desk, into this chest, and we'll just get the experience. And as you can see, just from dealing with the blazes I had to deal with during the construction of this thing, I'm already getting so many levels. This is a real good source of experience if you couldn't tell. Eventually, we'll decorate this a little bit more. But for the time being, it's purely a functional place to be, so we can get some experience when I want to do some enchanting. Because there's still some enchanting I want to do. None of this is like final enchantments. But I think before we actually bother doing enchantments, I think it's time to upgrade some of our things to netherite. Because I think enchantments stay when you upgrade to netherite. They might. I think in the beginning when it just was introduced it didn't, but now it does, and I haven't really been keeping up with how everything works exactly. So I'm going to operate on the assumption that I have to re-enchant, and as a result of that, why would I ever enchant something if I'm going to convert it into netherite anyway? So I think that's what we're going to be doing next episode. I think next episode is a good moment to start doing some netherite mining. This is the most messy place I've ever seen. I have destroyed this area. But we have a functioning blaze spawner, and we already had a functioning blaze spawner, but we've got a functioning blaze farm now, and honestly, that is probably more important than how it looks. We can make it a little bit more pretty in a later episode if we really, really wanted to. And with that, we're back home. We've got some levels. We've got a lot of blaze rods not with us at the moment. This probably hasn't been loaded all this time. It has not. Wait a second. I misplaced one of the pressure plates, it seems like. Oh, the place where the repeater got removed? Did I also remove the pressure plate? I'll go check on that between episodes and I'll fix that. Until then, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you've enjoyed this video. Next time we'll be doing some netherite mining and we'll be getting ourselves at least some netherite stuff. I'm looking for potentially a pickaxe, a sword, and most of my armor. The rest of it really doesn't matter that much. And after that, I think it's about time to start putting mending and just general good enchantments on everything as well. Now that we have the experience, next episode we're going to have the equipment. Then it'll probably be time for the actual enchantments, meaning villagers. See you guys back next time though. Bye.